Hello there YouTube, this is Free Russia channel, Mikhail speaking. I want to start this video with an infamous battle of Valykdar. You might have heard about it. In Valykdar direction, the defense forces of Ukraine defeated a large armored group of Russian troops. The Russian military command deployed over 3,000 armored vehicles to storm Valykdar. This Russian group consisted of tanks, infantry fighting vehicles, armored personnel carriers, and engineering vehicles. Russian forces formed a convoy and moved towards Valykdar. As they advanced, the Russians started suffering significant losses. There are news coming in that Russians lost about 12 tanks and 13 other armored vehicles. And when it comes to loss of human life, sources differ. Some say that Russia had lost over 1,000 each day. So with simple math, we can say that throughout these days, Russia lost from 2,000 to 4,000 people. This defeat had already affected Russia, its military bloggers, and propagandists. They all ask questions and want to know who is responsible for this suicidal attack and death and destruction of so many peoples and tanks. This is a brief summary of this battle. If you want to look deeper into it, do search it up on the internet, but I warn you, it is extremely hard. For some reason, it is very difficult to find details on this battle. Maybe in a few months or so we will see more information. So in conclusion, Russian attacks at Valykdar was a big fail. Russia is still unable to capture this city. There are no significant changes in Mariinka or Donetsk itself. Almost from the start of the war, Russia tried to push Ukrainians out of this little town right here, but was unable to do so after a whole year. There's also another interesting hotspot on the map, and it is Avdiivka. For some time now, Russia was trying to attack around Avdiivka and haven't really tried to storm Avdiivka itself. I will use 3D map to demonstrate what I'm talking about. Russian overall attacks are coming this way. However, Russia will have hard time attacking Avdiivka from the south because if we zoom in and look, there is a hill and it's extremely hard to attack, and I'm sure there's massive defense line all over this hill, all along this little hill, and not just one line of defense. I'm sure there is 1, 2, and even 3. We've seen it already all over the battlefield, and if Russia were to punch through, which is highly unlikely, and capture this hilly area, the whole of Avdiivka would be open for Russian artillery, and that would probably mean the end of the city, or at least a better half of the city. Now let's go to Bakhmut. Here you can see some changes. The Russians are pushing across these fields towards the village of Vasyukivka. There is also confirmation that Russians had completely cut off this supply road. It is now absolutely unusable. Krasnaya Hora is being left by Ukrainian army, and Prokofyevka is still stand. But like I said in my previous video, without this road, it's going to be extremely hard to defend Prokofyevka. So Ukrainians might retreat even further. I believe Ukrainian armies will retreat from these positions and establish new positions along these forested areas right here. It would seem natural to defend around these forest lines. Now, I have to emphasize, this is no major defeat for Ukraine or major victory for Russia. It is a tactical but not strategical victory for Russia. The fighting in the attempt of capturing Liman is still continue. This whole Russian army group is storming towards Liman as of right now, but overall there is no major success. Neither Russians are completely stopped by Ukrainian army or stopped to regroup and attack once again. So this is it for today. Probably a much shorter video than the previous one, but there are not much news as of right now. So there we go. If you like my content and you want to see more, please like, subscribe, comment, and always remember, Russia will be free.